Welcome to my show. Today I'm going to tell you how to time travel and find out where you really came from. So, everything is in the numbers. Everything is in connections, aka coincidences, smells. Like this, I have this for example. I've had this since I was, I think probably 6 years old. It's Dimension shampoo. It's from the 80s. It's Dimension. It has 5 different colors, like 5 different layers. They used to sell it in the 80s. It's discontinued a long time ago. The number on, the fluid ounces, it says 1.5. That's 6. And the name of the shampoo is called Dimension, and that has 9 letters in it. So, Dimension has 9 letters in it. 9 letters is, anything with 9 is a very important message. It's a message. So, when you smell something, that's why I keep this. When you smell something, you can transport to that dimension. You can. Trust me. Trust me. You just have to have a really powerful and skilled imagination, a very strong mind. So it's very possible, and everybody needs to do it, because that's what we're here for. Yes. So I wrote down in my one of my books, I wrote down, I'm a little obsessive, a little tiny bit obsessive, so the number 9, I wrote down a bunch of words, I kept track of all the numbers, but it's a communication of some sort. Any number, or excuse me, any word with the number 9, you see a number 9, it's a communication. It should definitely be processed. Yes, definitely processed. Footloose, the movie, messages in that movie. Labyrinth, the movie. Jim Henson. Alan Watts. If you don't know who Alan Watts is, look him up. Mike Tyson. Carl Sagan. Scientist. Norma Jean. Radiation. Vibration. Frequency. Television. Telephone. Cleopatra. Tim Burton. Mila Kunis. O.J. Simpson. Kanye West. Steve Jobs. Numerical. Manifest. Aphrodite. And Electrona. I'm not sure who that is, but I wrote it down. And Marco Polo. So those are just the 9s. Here's another example, like letters, numbers that you see in anywhere is a message. Like 9/11. If it didn't happen to you, it happened, kind of, but not to you. It's a message, because 9/11 is a message. There was Twin Towers. 11, that's messages. Here's the 11 letter names that I was writing down all of the coincidences, and there's all kinds of connections I have throughout every kind of I got lots of connections. I wrote them all down. That's why I'm going to share them with you forever now. My best friends. Okay, so 11 letter names. Excuse me. All right. Donald Trump. Nikola Tesla. Jesus Christ. Adolf Hitler. Richard Gere. Pretty Woman. Jimmy Fallon. Imagination. It's not a name, but okay, it could be. Imagination has 11 letters. That's pretty much all I have to ever say, ever. You have to make the connections yourself. You have to find out where you came from. Look in the numbers to connect where you came from. To connect to where you came from. You'll find all of your answers in the numbers. The numbers that are familiar to you, the birthdays that are familiar to you, that you find, a funny coincidence that someone else's birthday. Like I share my birthday with Nikola Tesla. So that's pretty coincidental, but it's not coincidental. I know a lot of stuff. So it's not. It's where you begin. Find out who has your birthday. Find out who you used to be. It's all in the numbers. Promise you, it's so easy to. And when you start to see the coincidences, and just know it's not a coincidence. It's written in the stars. I woke up in the middle of the night last night. I was sleeping by the window. I looked outside of the window, and I don't know why the stars were so clear last night, but you can see the story of the stars. You can see them. We are all written in the stars. I obsessively watch tarot from all views. Like I watch it like I'm a vampire, an energy vampire, weirdly going like a thing, going around everybody's energy and seeing all the connections and obsessively connecting everything and making sure nobody's telling any lies. If I see someone who can't storytell, I click off of that person and say, no, that doesn't sound right. It just doesn't work. Because I know the meanings of my, symbols. I love symbols. I love pictures. So I know who all of the people in my, my readings that I see in all of the different readers, all of the different ones. I always show up as a certain person, and everybody else shows up as their certain people. The symbols on the cards, it's always the same. So it's a story. I didn't know that. That's what the Egyptians were doing. The ancient Egyptians were doing that. They were out there in the stars. They had nothing to do. You have to put yourself in their shoes. Where were they? What were they doing? They didn't have Wi-Fi. They didn't have nothing. They had this. And they used it, and somehow we're magically here. They imagined us up. We imagined ourselves up. It's always been the same story, and it's all the same energy. Everybody gets to experience, the stars. We're all written in the stars. You just have to pay really close attention. It's in the numbers. Connections. Look, labyrinth. I save everything. David Bowie, numbers, number freak. Hell event numbers. Look him up on YouTube. Look at his interview with, I think, Conan O'Brien or somebody, one of those guys. But he talks about Elvis, connecting to Elvis. And Elvis had an obsession with numbers. And Tesla had an obsession with numbers. That's three guys right there, prominent geniuses. And I read all into their stories, and they all have connections. Tesla died January, I think, 6th or 7th. David Bowie's birthday is January 7th, and what's his face? Elvis, his birthday I think is January 8th. Okay,